What's up, y'all? We're waiting for Juliana to join us. She'll probably be here soon. But it's your boy, Scooters Inc., back with another wacky stream. We got a lot to get done tonight, and not all the time in the world to do it. But I've never had all the time in the world. I've only just been a walking individual. I don't understand that. I'm like one of the most locked in people in all the 9 realms. But I'm just trying to find a pen that works. Sorry, that's why I sound so far away. Okay, cool. Hello? Hello?
What's going on with my Discord? I just wanted to.
Phone if you want. Form today, so you'll hear what she has to say at some points. Her Discord's just not working.
Keep trying to get on Discord.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's so much going on, man.
Done. Also, anyone in chat, if you guys want to say hi, please do. Would love to hear from people. Oh, that's another thing I need to do. This, it's not a tonight thing. Right now, we need to write a list. No sign of intelligent life anywhere. So, from last time.
I think I learned now.
Did it? Oh, yeah, I think I see the notification. There we go. Hello there.
What is she doing up?
I don't know what was going on just now, but
That was weird. Welcome to the stream. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm going to be coloring.
Typed in
Hell. Yeah.
which is brick, and popped up first property record search found 2201 Brick Road. Lo and behold, was in the cell phone tower data information that we were receiving. It was right in the middle of all that. It's a good moment. Getting somewhere.
Are you pretty sure she would?
Like, literally, tomorrow is going to be such
a
good day if we get through the stuff we need to get through tonight.
We have surveillance footage from banks.
We are on the 10th to the 16th.
Checks that are signed Taylor Wright, but it's not Taylor Wright's signatures. Not her handwriting. But the detectives had to keep a tight lid on their suspicions because Ashley's husband, Zach, was also close to people in law enforcement, a former county sheriff's deputy.
In fact, we didn't tell many people here that Ashley was suspect in the case because we didn't know what ties she had with people.
Would you be able to turn down what you're watching, perchance?
What would be a showdown?
Unfortunately, I cannot. I apologize.
That's okay. I might just turn you down a tiny bit then.
You can turn me down, that's fine. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my stuff.
You're all good. I couldn't hear over the thing.
House and a farm, family business.
So before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say before you speak in court.
Detective Gigliotti played the role of the good cop. Will Pike, the bad cop.
I don't have a problem confronting people with God knows a lot. Someone has to play that role. It's fine with it at that time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the plan for tonight is pretty simple. Here's part of the Task Studio. Okay. We're actually in a really good spot right now. Let's take a look at the analytics. We haven't gotten as many subscribers in the past couple days or watch hours, but that's because I haven't been live as consistently as I was. But we're up on the views area in terms of earnings. We are at 1,467, which is not the highest I've been. I was at like 73 yesterday, and I went down a little bit, which is unfortunate. But we continue on the grind. The thing I do need to talk about is that soon, or right now, you're going to be seeing a lot more editing streams than you are gaming streams. But what I'm hoping is on Saturdays, I'm going to be doing a long gaming session, and that's when
Finally, what happened
we'll
at that
really,
farm?
make up for lost time with watch hours.
We picked up stuff that Taylor had there that we needed to store. Some kind of lockbox.
But there's a lot that needs to get done tonight, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. So we gotta get to it, you know what I mean? Also, keep how many videos are scheduled.
She seemed to get really closed off, I would say.
Some light. We only have 3 videos left this month in order for.
Wait.
Hello.
Actually, reach over and try to break that defense down.
We only have 3 more videos left this month, and then we can start working on a Echoes of Wisdom. Our goal is to get an Echoes of Wisdom done by the end of the month. So. But I'm very much looking forward to stuff that's coming up because there's a lot of it. Let me tell you. Ain't that right, Juliana?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot coming up, a lot coming very soon. I'm actually going to be in a series on a different channel. I won't spoil what that is yet because I don't know if he's said anything about it to the community, but it's exciting. I'm excited to be a part of it. Okay. Perfect. And we're going to post that. Check that off.
Tell us what took place out there, or ask to speak to an attorney and terminate the interview.
Check for idiots, for things.
The detective had
So
no
we
choice
need to look
but
at.
ask to leave the police station. Search at the Brent Road farm. It's still not turned up anything. About an hour or two after she walked out of this apartment, I was on the phone with one of the supervisors out on the property,
So
and
let's
someone
set
yelled
this to
at a skull. I had no question, and I think either of our minds that this was most certainly going to be Taylor Wright's remains.
And a tragic update out of Escambia County, Florida tonight. The body of a private investigator missing for more than a month has been found.
we're at the 2 years behind point in shorts right now. You believe it?
Jesus.
If you think that's bad, we used to be like 4 years behind. It's only because I started uploading on TikTok more. My thing with TikTok is I need to make it into more of a habit than I have it right now. Because it's not as much of a habit as it should be for me.
Would there be enough evidence for a jury?
October 24th. Nope. October 2024.
They won't remember every little thing you do for them, but they will feel the love. That's why we created Pampers Amore, our best diaper ever. Designed for their delicate skin, it's our most absorbent diaper, hypoallergenic, and tested for over 1,000 chemicals.
W diaper ad during the stream.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
Pampers, love in every detail.
W diaper.
Holiday Inn Express can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. you up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG1 rewards. Yes, how you guessed, at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Rob loves to treat herself, but sometimes she needs extra cash to make it happen. That's why she uses Vinted to sell clothes she doesn't wear. And with no selling or shipping fees, she earns more. Vinted's magical that way. Hey girl, are you ready for your pedicure? Find extra money in your closet. Download Vinted.
Let's do this one. University of Maryland Global Campus, it's a global community.
We help each other through our journey.
One of my skills that I learned from the MGC is some confidence. I decided to push Howard because I wanted my boys to be proud of us.
UMGC has given me leadership skills, technology skills. I'm able to apply directly to the work that I'm doing.
The UMGC ponen a los estudiantes primero porque te ayudan a cumplir tus metas.
I wouldn't be where I am without UMGC.
Learn about our more than 100 online degrees and certificates at umgc.edu. Meet Sarah and Henry. They just moved into their first home, which is just the beginning. There are boxes and boxes inside of boxes, so they booked a tasker. They came to a big kitchen upgrade 2 years later, they knew exactly who to turn to. And now, with something similar on the way, they can take a moment.
It's not ready.
When life happens, download TaskRabbit.
I told you so. Guys, my wife is literally so upset right now because she just got scammed by a fake thing. So here's what happened. Yesterday, I literally redeemed $800 straight to my bank account from playing Psych. She saw that and wanted to try it too. I literally told her, hey, not all games are safe like Psych. She wouldn't. She ended up downloading this totally fake app, and she couldn't even withdraw a single cent. So if you want the real deal where you can actually redeem, just download Steiner Casino.
For the record, we're here on the state of Florida versus Ashley MacArthur. Defendant is present with counsel. Assistant state attorney is present.
Once again, the Law of Crime Network has picked a phenomenal trial, Florida versus Ashley MacArthur.
There's cameras here, there's camera over there, there's microphone. This has nothing to do with you. If anyone has to sit up straight, it's me. If anyone has to put on lipstick, it's me. This is a criminal case. The defendant is charged with first-degree premeditated murder. I think I've covered everything. I think of Ms. Jensen. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Rob. Please report what you will see at the end.
Bridget Jensen is the chief of the homicide unit in the Escambia County District Attorney's Office.
I think one of the most difficult things to overcome was Ashley herself. She was this very small, very pretty, kind of meek, quiet-spoken female who'd never been in trouble. So from the outside looking in, no one would think that she would do something like this. And really what you will see in the end is that Ashley MacArthur had the motive to kill Taylor Wright, money. She had the opportunity to kill Taylor Wright, did in fact kill Taylor Wright, and then she tried to cover it up. But to get to that end, we have to start at the beginning. Taylor Wright withdrew $100,000 from the bank, which she wasn't supposed to. And then she was trying to hide that money from her ex-husband. And she also asked her friend, this defendant, Ashley MacArthur, to help hide the money. You will see the pressure that Taylor Wright was putting on Ashley MacArthur to get this money. And the reason that matters is because the money was gone. Ashley MacArthur has been. Friday, September 8th, 2017 is the last day that Taylor Wright is known to be alive.
Please.
Oh, good. Everything okay?
You were Taylor. And
Yeah.
what responses did she give you?
Said that she Class C Taylor with
Oh, thank you.
significant amount of money.
You'll never believe what came in today.
The defense
What?
accused Wright's
My
testimony as
diploma.
not raise impression
Are you serious right now?
Yep.
to harm. Right.
She had antagonized the
When am I getting mine?
Portion of money issues with her husband.
Fair to say that Taylor Wright was making it very, very difficult for you to get this money back.
That's correct.
But MacArthur's lawyers knew that police had established Jeff Wright's whereabouts hundreds of miles away in North Carolina. They knew better than to outright accuse Jeff Wright of the murder.
You know, we can't lose credibility with the jury. We can't make it so incredible that they don't believe us.
On the second day of the trial, the prosecution called Taylor Wright's girlfriend, Cassandra Walker. She was nervous about making eye contact with Ashley.
Now, do you see Ashley MacArthur in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point to them and identify what she's wearing?
She's right here. She's wearing a black outfit.
And I looked at Ashley. Ashley never looked at me. Ashley was always looking down at her school pen.
Let the record reflect this witness has identified the defendant. During the course of your relationship with Taylor Wright, did you ever have an opportunity to see her handwriting?
Yes.
Did she write you letters?
Yes.
Did she give you cards?
Yes.
Were you familiar with her handwriting and her signature?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 26. That looked like Taylor Wright's handwriting.
That is not Taylor's handwriting. Her signature. Or her signature.
But on cross-examination, Cassandra Waller testified she never saw any evidence of threats by Ashley MacArthur against Taylor Wright.
And all the times that you saw Taylor Wright together, never heard, saw anything that indicates to you that Ashley MacArthur was threatening to harm Taylor Wright, causing her, going to cause her any physical harm, anything like that. And no indication that Taylor Wright was scared of her or anything like that.
The defense then raised questions about Cassandra's own, at times, challenged relationship with Taylor Wright, citing the text she had sent to Taylor on the first day she was missing.
As those text messages show, you call her a liar, call her a drug user. What I was trying to point out is that Taylor had a somewhat volatile life. Going back to late July 2017, you indicated to us that you received information that Taylor was having some sort of relationship with another woman over in Mississippi, correct?
Yes.
She had this secret girlfriend in Mississippi. She was known to use drugs. Just because you don't hear from her on September 8th or 9th doesn't mean she was murdered at that point. That was the point I was trying to make with Cassandra.
It's got to be clear as day that I have nothing to do with this. And the fact that they still played that I could have possibly been somebody for the jury, that could have ruined my reputation, my professional career. They'll throw anything and everything out there. That's not okay.
Testimony would show that Ashley came from a solid middle-class family, could often be found in strip clubs and sketchy bars, where her girlfriends and a bartender testified she talked the night before Taylor disappeared about killing her with an overdose of cocaine she had just purchased.
Did Ashley tell you, either before, during, or after you went to Babes, what she was going to do with the cocaine?
She said that she was going to put it in Taylor's beard.
What did you hear Ashley say?
That this world would be better if Taylor wasn't here and that she wasn't a good person. One time she said that she's too small to hurt anybody, she'd just shoot.
And then this, the night Taylor went missing.
Did you ask Ashley what she did with the cocaine?
That she put it in her beer and Taylor spit it out because she said it tasted sour.
Prosecution's case depended heavily on Ashley's motive that she could not give back Taylor Wright's money because she had already spent it on a man with whom she was having an extramarital affair, a bar owner named Brandon Beatty.
At some point, did you and Miss MacArthur start a sexual relationship?
So I was able to trace
$30,000 in cash that Ashley had used to buy her boyfriend a boat. Was she paying the gold power bill at Six?
She did a couple times.
Was she buying supplies at Sam's Club for her business?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
In approximately August of 2017, did she buy her motorcycle?
I'm not sure the date, but yes, she did purchase a motorcycle.
Okay.
A purchase made a few weeks before Taylor Wright went missing.
How much and how often was Ashley MacArthur spending money on you?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't answer that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Pretty regular.
And what did she say about her friend being missing?
Took her phone. He told me that the girl had ran off with her husband's money or something. Gone.
What did she say about finding her?
That she told me they'll never find that bitch. She's gone.
But the defense would have its own cards to play, including a video of Ashley MacArthur that would give her lawyers a surprise opening to undercut the prosecution case.
Running a little behind today. How you want me to get back there and start pulling some teeth?
Waiting rooms. They can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
What are you here for today? Just the cleaning. Just the cleaning. In and out. Easy peasy. Impacted tooth over here. I don't know if you can see it, but
All right, let's just sit quietly and wait for our.
gotcha. I'm what they call a grinder. Yeah.
Progressive can save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle all the money with us.
Have abnormally large tonsils.
Bronchiectasis flares are loud, filled with symptoms that can get worse, like coughing, mucus, breathlessness. And behind those flares, the risk of permanent lung damage. Your bronchiectasis symptoms can get loud, but it's time to get louder. Make your voice heard. Now, just about a different bronchiectasis treatment option. Learn more at treatbe.com.
We get about 26,823 days, 76 summers, 6 best friends, all in about 15 great loves. Our most human moments should be celebrated with humans. Celebrate being human. Etsy.
That was an Etsy ad?
Yep.
$500,000 or more.
Okay, I guess.
Right?
That was something. What is Etsy talking about again?
You don't think it was inspirational?
Not at all.
Yo, anything going on lately? Need something
You're
funny?
just a hater.
I actually found something. Trust me, I hit it big yesterday. For real? What is it? And is it, legit? Legit? Bro, it's 100% safe. I just redeemed the $600 today. Damn. So what is it? How do I get in on this? Just download Jackpot Go and start playing. Trust me, you're going to be thanking me later.
Jackpot Go is free to download and you can get great $800 more.
Hello.
99% of
God
slot
damn,
players,
someone got horsepower. Good lord.
they
Call
keep
that to
spending
5 miles an hour.
They never know when to stop chasing. And the biggest mistake, playing on the wrong platform. Real players already switched to our game. We've also rolled out seamless online gameplay. This game gives new players up to 500 free spins with no deposit needed. Every spin brings real excitement. Big wins can land fast. Cash out instantly to PayPal or other apps. Download now and start spinning today.
Actually crazy that ads are like that are allowed. Like, it is kind of ridiculous.
Tell me about it.
Hurricane Dorian, now a Category 2 storm, strengthening this morning, threatening to hit Florida as a major Category 4 hurricane.
In the middle of the Ashley MacArthur murder trial, Pensacola came under a hurricane watch. And in the courthouse, Judge Jan Shackelford urged the lawyers to speed things up.
Showing Dorian on the move, you see it right there, making its way through the Atlantic.
As you can see, this storm is just getting bigger and bigger.
But prosecutor Bridget Jensen was intent on playing the full 6 hours of the 2 police interrogations of Ashley MacArthur.
I think that was important because the jury gets to see Ashley MacArthur.
I wouldn't think so. Like, I don't believe Taylor's been happy. I think Taylor is doing what Taylor does.
If you looked at the first interview, Ashley was almost kind of flirty, maybe a little playful with law enforcement.
Has she ever come on to you?
Taylor asked me one time if I would have a threesome with her and some guy. And I'm like, no, thank you.
At the second interview, her demeanor was so different. I think she knew at that point, she was probably caught.
So you're the only one that was with her on this day at this form that you did not disclose to us.
I mean, it's been disappointing because
That farm, and we're gonna bust her because of executing a search warrant out there right now.
but she must have been there.
So it was good, I think, for the jury to see that she had lied and she got caught up in her lies and couldn't come up with excuses fast enough.
Where's she at? Where's her body at?
I don't know where she is.
This is a perfect example when you talk to law enforcement too much, whether you're guilty or innocent, it's going to come back and hurt you. And the father and son team of defense lawyers could do little to challenge much of the other prosecution's evidence too. The gruesome photos of Taylor Wright's body wrapped in a hammock in a shallow grave, a bullet hole in the back of her head, the testimony about the cell phone towers that put Ashley MacArthur at the crime scene.
Having the cell phone records, the maps that were put into evidence, cell tower near the Britt Road Farm at 12:10 p.m.
The forged signature on Taylor's cashier's check deposited in Ashley MacArthur's bank account.
Taylor is missing, and she is still depositing Taylor's money.
And the suspicious text messages from Taylor's phone after she was likely dead. But then a video that the prosecution hoped would help clinch the case gave the defense a surprise opening. Surveillance video from a Home Depot of Ashley MacArthur buying concrete and potting soil the day after Taylor went missing. A store clerk, Devontae Sims, helped her make the purchase.
I was walking through the store and asked her, did she need help?
What was she looking for?
Type of concrete.
What type of concrete?
She just said she was, sorry, fast-setting concrete.
Sorry.
Fast-setting concrete.
But then, looking at the crime scene photos, Sims testified the textured, rocky concrete on Taylor Wright's body appeared to be different than what Ashley MacArthur bought.
Oh, no. It's fine dust. No.
The defense was jubilant. I leaned back and made a comment to my dad. I thought it was just boom, like I was happy. And I'm sure you can get the photographs. He said the concrete in Miss MacArthur's bar was very fine like dust. The concrete on top of Taylor Wright's body was very heavily rubbed. You could see rocks in it. It was not fine like dust. Then, the defense set out to prove in its case that Ashley MacArthur would not have been able to lift a 50-pound container of concrete or even Taylor Wright's body because of a back injury she suffered 8 years earlier. Her mother, Rhonda Britt.
Did you see her ever lift any heavy objects?
No, she tried not to because it hurt her back.
You ever seen her lift anything like a 50-pound concrete bag or anything that heavy?
No.
And is that to this day?
Yes.
I think it definitely was hard to picture how this little girl could move a dead body. But at the same time, Taylor was not a big girl either. I think where there's a will, there's a way.
In the end, the defense case...
There's no way. She just said that if there's a will, there's a way.
No finger, no DNA tied Ashley MacArthur to the crime scene.
When you were here, you were the lead investigator for the Stanley County Sheriff's Department on this investigation. Is that correct?
Yes.
As far as physical evidence or forensic evidence, you never found any
Kaya
evidence that linked Ashley to the homicide.
I did not know, sir.
It is the state's job to give you everything. Good
the bad, ugly. And you heard some very unflattering information about Taylor Wright. And you may not like some of what you heard about Taylor Wright. But in this trial, she is the victim. So let's not forget that she was the 33-year-old mother of a child. And she was a human being. And our laws in the great state of Florida do not classify human beings. So her life means no less than anyone else's. And this woman sat there hour after hour in those interviews you saw her, calm, cool, collected. Not 1 ounce of sadness or concern or worry for her friend that was missing. She was so forthcoming about all the bad things that Taylor did. But you know what she wasn't forthcoming about? Those deposits of Taylor's money that she made and that property on Britt Road. And why? Because as she sat there giggling and laughing and joking with law enforcement on September 18th, she knew that Taylor was out there on Britt Road. Because that's where she murdered her, and that's where she tried to cover up her body. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley MacArthur had the motive. Ashley MacArthur had the opportunity. Ashley MacArthur murdered Taylor Wright. And then she tried to cover it up with lies, concrete, and potty sweat.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Barry Barrasso.
We're here about a murder case, the most serious crime you can be charged with. She is not charged with stealing any money. She's not charged with lying. She's not charged with being unfaithful. She's not on trial for anything other than first-degree murder. They've got to prove that the crime occurred. And they don't have any physical evidence. They have none. No DNA linking Miss MacArthur. Taylor Wright's dead. There's no trace of scientific evidence linking her. You've seen enough on television. You see what happens when somebody's traumatized. If they've done something, if they've killed somebody, or if they've seen somebody kill somebody, you just don't turn that on and off. There's nothing to indicate anything in her demeanor through these videos that they got, that they put in, or her clothing, or her dishevelment, that indicates that she was killing somebody, dragging somebody's body around. There's nothing there. And that's strong evidence, physical evidence that you can see, not something the state is suggesting. Here's the kicker. On concrete, you have photographs. She put one of them up on the screen, a big one, and you saw the concrete. That concrete was rough concrete. It is not the concrete that she purchased. When you consider the evidence that the burden that the state has, I ask you to do your duty in this case, because there is a reasonable doubt, and I ask you to return the verdict of not guilty of Ms. MacArthur.
The record, state of Florida versus Ashley MacArthur. My understanding is we have a verdict.
They were out, I think, 4 hours, and you never know. You never know.
That seems like an eternity while you're waiting. It's 12 people. It only takes one person to find a hole that, that they don't think she's guilty.
Let me talk to everybody in the audience. Somebody out there is going to be unhappy. I don't know what the verdict is. I know there's some family members and friends for Ms. MacArthur, and presume that there are family members and friends for Taylor Wright.
I was in the courtroom. I am like 2 pews right behind Ashley. So the jury came in and there was a lot of unknown. What's going to happen, what's going to be said. And this judge, she talked about making sure that everybody was going to control their emotions when the verdict was read. And I was afraid. I had no clue what was going to happen at all.
Mr. Fauster, were y'all able to reach a verdict? Okay, all I want you to do is hand it for security, okay? I'm going to hand it to the clerk to publish.
Circuit Court in for Escambia County, Florida, State of Florida versus Ashley Britt MacArthur, case number 1717CF005844A. Verdict as to the charge in count one, we the jury find the defendant Ashley MacArthur guilty of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm as charged in the indictment. So see we all. David A. Fowles, foreperson, dated August 30th, 2019.
So I was trying to fight back all the tears and all the emotions and everything that I had been through.
So we knew that if she's convicted, the judge was going to sentence her right away, which the judge did.
I need all of you to stand. And Ms. MacArthur, I'm going to ask one question. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do. Okay. Ms. MacArthur, I want to make sure that I ask you personally, do you want to say anything to the court? Okay. All right. Then, Ashley MacArthur, having been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury of your peers of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, I am going to adjudicate you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to life with a mandatory minimum 25 years state prison.
In the end, justice was done.
And she'll spend the rest of her life.
She will spend the rest of her life in prison.
Oh, really gone. This is done. It had been 2 years. And it was finally a book closed. It was, we're done. She did it.
We're up right now. Download Dave. Up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. What's the catch? No. Just a monthly membership and service fee. No. Link your bank, open an account, and $350.
Stay afloat with Dave. I'll get $500 in 5 minutes or less.
You're talking about the Shayna Hubers case. How could we not? There was no doubt about it. This wasn't a whodunit.
And I grabbed the gun and I shot it.
The question that was left for all of us to decide was the why.
Very bizarre. Nothing like that I've ever heard before.
Ms. Huber's psychological condition was seriously abnormal.
At any point in time, when you were with Miss Hubers, did you see tears?
No, ma'am.
This case was about two people who never should have got together.
Brian always put pressure on me to orgasm.
I thought that she was
What?
I thought she was a girlfriend I couldn't let go.
He had a new love interest. That's what sent her over the edge.
She was very, very upset. She was kind of saying how she would.
Two ways he was leaving his condo that night. Either as Shayna's boyfriend or in a body bag. This is what he's going to tell you. Yeah, I'm in that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Probably not the first place to put a body. No, sir.
The only thing they could do was kill him.
Want to say anything?
We, the jury, will find the defendant.
Brian was the most laid back, easy guy you'd ever meet. He was a very good lawyer.
carry himself like a professional. It was always important to Ryan to carry yourself.
Looks mattered to Ryan Poston, like a Cincinnati lawyer.
You always have to look professional. You have to look like a lawyer. He thought important.
And looks mattered to his new girlfriend, Sheena Hubers, a college student across the river in Kentucky.
Shayna Hubers is a very talented woman. Got through school in 3 years. She had a scholarship in music. She had a lot going for her.
He added her as a Facebook friend after he saw some photos from her from spring break. Shayna's a very pretty girl. Yeah, that's undisputed. He saw something that he liked looking at, I guess. For Shayna, this relationship was everything. Having Ryan on her arm sure looked good. Telling people that she was dating this 29-year-old attorney who had his own firm in Cincinnati sure sounded good.
They dated on and off for more than 18 months, leaving a trail of text messages that documented a very rocky, on again, off again, obsessive relationship, replete with jealousy and deceit and rage. A relationship that would end Ryan Poston dead on his apartment floor, and Shayna Hubers on trial for murder.
I grabbed the gun and I shot him.
In the days leading up to his murder, Ryan was pulling away.
I thought that she was clinging. I thought she was hooked and I couldn't let go. He didn't want to hurt her feelings. He wanted her nicely to go away.
She communicated to her friends that she was losing him, that she thought it could be real this time.
We found countless instances where Shayna Hubers would show up at his apartment, somehow get in, and be laying naked on the couch when he came home from work. And Brian just wasn't that into her. She tried everything she could from a sexual perspective to get that interest. It just wasn't working. He had finally found the strength to say he was done. Business was good. Friends were good. And he had a new love interest. That's what sent her over the edge.
A former Miss Ohio, Audrey Bolton. Ohio. On the night he would die, Ryan and Audrey were supposed to go on their first date.
I think Shayna Hubers would have been upset if Brian Poston was dating anybody else. But when you throw into the mix the fact that this was Beauty Queen, I think that really sent her off. She had downloaded a picture of Audrey when she became Miss Ohio, downloaded that onto her computer just hours before Ryan was shot and killed.
It all came to a head just after 8 o'clock on Friday night, Ryan Poston's apartment in the Cincinnati suburb of Highland Heights, Kentucky.
Later found out that she had called her mother's phone. She made the statement that she waited 15 minutes to call the police. Don't know what would have happened had she stopped right there and called 911. He may have still had a chance.
You okay?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I heard that you won, and I was making sure you weren't getting tired.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
No.
think you could hear my yawn.
No. I was going to apologize for. I was just going to say, if you want to head to sleep, you don't have to like stay up with the time.
No, what time is it?
10:39.
No, we're good.
I'm gonna
Alexa, set an alarm for 8 a.m.
Alarm set for 8 a.m. tomorrow.
All ended with this astounding admission.
I'm
from
gonna be
Shayna.
ending at 11:30 because I actually, you know what I'm gonna do? This is big brain scooters and coma. Are you ready?
Mm.
I'm gonna put my laundry in tonight, so it washes overnight. In the morning. In the morning.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it in the dryer, so it dries while I'm at work. And when I get back, I don't know if you saw what I was just working on, but I was editing. I was editing a expedition thing. It's remember how I said I'm gonna put all the videos together and make Expedition 33 the movie?
Uh-huh.
I did that.
Heck yeah, man.
But I have not rendered it or exported it because I know it's gonna take long. So you know what I'm gonna do to be big brain and maximize the time?
Favorite explorer.
Tomorrow, when I get home, I'm gonna set the video to render.
The fuel your dog
and I'm gonna fold my laundry because it'll be done in the dryer by the time I get back.
And providing energy for an active life. So when you hear that,
Heck yeah, man. Sorry, I just like burps like crazy.
No worries. And then I'll put it away. I'll get that video rendered and exported so it's saved. And then the video we're working on now, Outlast Trials, that will go up whenever I'm either going to finish that between now and 11:30, or I'm going to finish that whenever I get the chance.
Smoother flow,
You know?
fewer annoying pop-ups, and a much better
I'm gonna
overall
post the stream on my
experience.
stories to see if I get any
Personalized
stragglers
welcome
in
bonus.
here.
Scan the QR code in this video. You're right, her name's my word. Anything you say can't always get you in a court of law. After giving her Miranda, she said that she wanted to turn me. Pretty much quit asking her questions. She started talking.
I had any serious injury that I could have. Right. And I shot him across the face because he backed up before I hit my head on the headboard and could die.
She didn't like to be in there by herself. She wanted someone there the whole time to hear her side of the story, hear her talk.
It really messed up. We had to get a physical fight and that's how that happened. And I finally got my kill over and I was at my head beat into the coffee table.
We were obviously ready to listen and wanted both sides to make this point that we had enough information to know if there had been a past of any type of abuse. That night we
And he had put his arm across the table and had it in my face and was screaming at me at the top of his lungs after he had thrown me around the room. And was saying emotionally to me, "You're a fucking hillbilly. I fucking hate you. I hate your fucking Eastern Kentucky accent. I hate you much. I hate everything about you for what
at one point she said he picked her up and threw her across the room.
he was throwing me around the room.
And then he drug her out and threw her out the door. You know, there's going to be some red mark, some kind of bruising, something that would indicate there was some struggle. There was nothing like that.
And her account of a struggle in the apartment did not match the crime scene.
Nothing was there from it. The bookcase had it was standing on. pipes, like smoking pipes, and books. Nothing not good.
Like this.
And then Shayna began to recount her version of Ryan's final moments.
Literally. That's not you. I was close to it.
I was in a back room with Chief for an hour listening to the words that she said. And I continued to find myself shocked by the harshness of her words, kind of a flippant nature.
I shot it once. And didn't shoot again for a while. And I was watching him die. And it was painful to watch him die. To know that I had done that. But I just walked around the table and shot him where I do.
Bill and I turned to each other and said, did we really just hear that? Did she really just say that? Over the years, I've seen people who have been in shock. I've never had anybody tell me that someone pirouettes when they're in shock, that someone sings when they're in shock, that somebody snaps their fingers and says, I did it, when they're in shock. She was desperate to tell her story, to have people hear her side. She wanted to get that all out there. And I really think in her mind, Shayna thought that everybody would just buy it. That none of us were smart enough to see beyond the facade.
For prosecutor Michelle Snodgrass, it seemed like a slam dunk case of murder. And at first, that's just what happened.
Sentenced to 40 years for killing her boyfriend. His name was Ryan Poston. Sheena Huber's guilty of murdering her boyfriend, Ryan Poston. The jury recommends 40 years. An emotional day for the family of the man shot to death.
But less than a year later, a crushing blow.
Well, it was discovered that there was a juror who had sat on our first jury who had previously been convicted of a felony offense. Under the law in Kentucky, if you have a prior felony conviction, you are excluded from serving on a jury.
Jamie Cooper's conviction was overturned. The judge ordered a new trial.
There was disappointment on our part, but the real struggle for us was the pain for Ryan's family. That closure was torn away from them, that peace of mind was torn away from them, and that they were going to have to undo whatever healing they'd done and live it all again.
At the Kentucky jail where she had begun serving her 40-year sentence, Shayna Hubers was jubilant. Now she had a new chance to tell her story, a new chance for freedom.
This was her last chance. We had no idea what direction her defense was going to go, no idea what she might do. We knew all that wrong.
There's a big river separating northern Kentucky from Cincinnati.
We'll find on juries here, as opposed to possibly over the river in a bigger city, that people believe in more traditional values. People expect people to conduct themselves a certain way.
But there would be nothing traditional in this trial. We can see. Including graphic testimony about the couple's sex life.
Okay, at this time, the court calls upon the Commonwealth to present its opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Ryan Poston was alive. Each of the 6 shots that Shayna Hubers pumped into his body, he was alive. When she shot him here, here, and here. And he was alone, except for the woman standing over him, gun in hand. It hurt her.
Shayna's young, she's attractive, she's articulate, she's well dressed. The jury walks in and they see this girl and they might not think, looking at her, that she's capable of something like this. And that's why it's so crucial to give the picture of who she really
Jane, you're early.
Most of all, ladies and gentlemen, she is manipulative. Someone who would go to the ends of the earth to get her way, because in her world, what Shayna wants, Shayna gets, and what she wanted more than anything in 2012 was Ryan Poston. There were only two ways he was leaving his condo that night, either as Shayna's boyfriend or in a body bag.
For the new trial, Shayna's family hired a new lawyer, David Eldridge of Knoxville, Tennessee, with a new strategy that did not rely on self-defense, but instead on her state of mind that night.
Our approach was to focus more on the extreme emotional disturbance. Kentucky murder statute says if you kill someone, attempt to kill them, that it's murder unless it's done under extreme emotional disturbance for which there's a reason.
For Shayna Hubers, a last chance to plead her case. If the jury believed her, she could be convicted of manslaughter instead of murder and be out of prison in a few years.
We were running a manslaughter. You'll hear terms like borderline personality, post-traumatic stress disorder, psychological outcomes, and how those are expressed in our experience today.
And Shayna Huber's defense lawyer painted a much different, darker picture of Ryan Poston than the jury had heard from the prosecution, feeling the stress of his job the night he was killed.
He is in a very dark mood, very upset. Not too long after she arrives, lights into her world, critical of everything that is to be critical of her about. Family, education, where she's from, her appearance, violent comments to her, verbal assault. And you will hear about how he looked, how his eyes were frightened, scared, dark, burst out the door, physically attacks her. Slams her arm into the door, physically attacks her. We believe the evidence will show that this privilege and self-protection.
Execution began with the disturbing evidence of the crime scene, Ryan Poston's bloody undershirt, and testimony from the first officer on the scene, David Fordich, who said he saw no evidence of a struggle inside the apartment.
What would you have expected to see if there was a struggle over top of the table?
I would have seen things knocked off the table, knocked over on the table.
Was it?
No, ma'am.
Was anything knocked over? One last question. At any point in time, when you were with Miss Hubers, did you see tears?
No, ma'am.
Nothing further.
But for the prosecution, there was no stronger evidence than the video made of Shayna Hubers in the police station that night, played for the jury on the very first day. They saw her dance, her sing, her admission. Her lawyers tried to put the best face on it, saying it supported the theory of emotional disturbance.
I think it's just bizarre behavior brought on by the stress of what she's gone through and psychological conditioning.
Even so,
Any defense lawyer would tell you that they would just as soon as client not have talked on a videotape for 3 hours after the event. No defense lawyer would say that was a good idea.
Tape 2, you should call one of Shayna's girlfriends, Dr. Weber, a dentist with whom Shayna exchanged some damning text messages about Ryan.
He's been begging me to ask if you could do his veneers. Please F him up and make him ugly so he'll never get another girl. I hate him.
And what's the next exchange between yourself and the shooters?
Go to the shooting range with Ryan tonight. I want to turn around, shoot and kill him and play like it's an accident.
The prosecution called the former Miss Ohio, Audrey Bolton, to testify. She described the relationship with Ryan as just developing beyond Facebook friends.
Did you ever meet Ryan Poston in person?
No.
Based on cyber communications, how did he strike you?
Funny and smart.
To be frank, I think that Miss Ohio was called as a slap in the face to Shane. I think they did it to get under Shane Huber's skin. I really do.
Mr. Allman, please proceed with cross-examination.
Shayna Huber's lawyer used the beauty queen's testimony to show how Ryan was two-timing Shayna.
You recall that he told you that he had plans to watch the vice president's appearance. Did he tell you that he was also watching Dave with his girlfriend?
Our petition in trial was that he was sending a lot of mixed signals as to what his desires were in terms of the relationship with Shane. He had been invited to his parents' home, which she took as a signal that their relationship was going to move forward. Not what he had in mind.
I'm trolling a Discord group while I'm not even playing a game with them. It makes me so happy.
And a dramatic new witness, a salesperson at a local mall where Shayna had gone shopping in the hours before she shot Ryan Poston, appearing to be upset.
Did you learn by listening what that individual was upset about?
She found out her boyfriend was seeing something. She was very, very excited. She was going to kill him.
So you quit on his talking.
Prosecution closed its case with testimony from women who had been cellmates in jail with Shayna Hughes and said she admitted making up a story. Ryan had raped and physically abused.
About the rape and abuse.
Now, Shayna Hubers and her lawyer, David Eldridge, had to make a big decision. Should Shayna take the stand the following morning?
Shayna Hubers wanted to testify, and that's her absolute right to do so.
But if she did, prosecutors would be ready with an aggressive cross-examination.
Spin it up, 777, jackpot hits, you have a chance to win $1,000 or more.
Years ago, two adventurers sailed in pursuit of possibility, dropping anchor in Marlborough, New Zealand. Whitehaven Winery was born, dedicated to crafting out bright and refreshing Sauvignon Blanc.
Clear, it is a beautiful evening on Second Island. The chair starts.
At Consumer Cellular, my job is to help you save money on wireless.
I'm saving almost $100 a month.
Consumer Cellular gives you the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage for up to half the cost of big wireless. And the best customer service in the business.
Call now and see if one of our US-based Switch Pros can cut your bill by up to half.
There's no long-term contracts.
Plus, if you're 50 and up, you get unlimited everything for just $35. So call, click, or see us in store today. Jackpot Go. Play now.
Shayna Hubers started strong, with neighbors who lived in Brian Poston's apartment complex helped to back up Shayna's claim that she had been abused months before by Ryan.
This summer, she came to my door and was crying, and so I let her in, and she had like a red mark on her arm, right in here, maybe about the size of a handprint.
Okay.
And I said, what happened? And she said that she had gotten into an argument with Ryan, and he picked her up and threw her down in the hallway out of his condo. Told her that she needed to call the police.
Central to the defense case was a diagnosis that Shayna Hubers, for all her talents and charm and beauty, suffered from a borderline personality disorder. Diagnosis delivered by psychologist Dr. Thomas Shapp.
My opinion is that at the time she shoplifted post in 2012, Miss Huber's psychological condition was seriously abnormal.
Also learned that in fact, borderline personality disorder most intense in the early to mid 20s. So she was at a particularly vulnerable time in her life. Okay, the next witness, in order to run that. It was for all practical purposes necessary for Miss Shayna to testify. Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear. Sleep last night?
Not at all. I don't think I was surprised that Shayna testified because we knew that she had to try something different.
And for the defense strategy to work, to prove she shot Ryan Poston 6 times because of an emotional disturbance, she had to testify about the most intimate issues in their troubled relationship. What reporters came to call the orgasm defense.
There are many issues throughout the relationship about the issue of orgasm.
Respond to that.
I tried to please Ryan to the best of my ability.
How so?
He wanted to try different things, and he ordered different things off the internet to help me achieve orgasm.
Something we just had to talk about. Obviously, that would have to be a part of our discussion, not something. But not something I read. Talking to a group of strangers about such personal things.
Was there any other thing Post encouraged you to do in relation to your
Yes, sir.
what was that?
He wanted me to obtain a G-shot injection inside of my vagina, and I'm sure nobody knows what that is. I didn't know what it was. It's a collagen injection inside of your G-shot, inside of your body.
There is no doubt that they tried to imply that Ryan had been emotionally abusive to Shane.
Oh my god, I'm actually smoothly getting through this video. How long is this? 3 minutes to
That
1.
person.
That's
You're
1 minute.
that person.
Is 48. That's fair. That's 48 minutes. I'm not gonna get through all of it tonight, but I should get through a good
That's why I
chunk
was
of it.
orgasm, and that's why I can't love you, and that's why no one will ever be able to love you.
Then her dramatic version of what happened that night in Ryan Poston's apartment. A violent argument over breaking up.
We were trying to stand up, where I was sitting on the floor, and Ryan pushed me back down by my chest. He put his hand on my chest and pushed me back down onto the floor. And I was crying, and I was hysterically crying, and
I recall Ryan standing over me and grabbing the gun that was sitting on the table and pointing it at me and saying, I could just kill you right now and get away with it. Nobody would even know.
How did you react to that?
I was shocked. I was afraid. I didn't understand what I had done to deserve any of this.
Tell Mike and Bill, the jury, what happened?
He set the gun back down on the table and he walked around the table and he was still talking and he was still saying hurtful things. I don't remember exactly what. And he was standing up from the chair and he was reaching across the table, and I don't know if he was reaching for the gun or reaching for me, but I was still sitting on the floor at this point in time, and I got up off the floor and I grabbed the gun and I shot him.
Yeah, she could play a part for the jurors, for the judge, for the TV cameras.
And Commonwealth Attorney Michelle Snodgrass was ready for the cross-examination.
We prepped for years. For 10 years.
It's been 7 years. 7 years. We had been pouring through this experience. Michelle, Cheryl, and I, and Bill Birkenauer knew this case so well. That no matter which direction they went, I
you actually have the ability to cross-examine. For you is a true man when things.
Sure, that's difficult for me.
Some of the thousands of text messages between Shana Hubert and Ryan Poston did challenge the claims that Ryan was the sexual aggressor.
Read these messages. That you gave Mr. Poston for asking him to admit to being sexual.
I said I didn't want to force myself on him.
Anymore? Was that also on there?
Yes.
Yeah, anymore. You didn't want to have to force yourself. Thank you, ma'am.
And another from Ryan is Shana to show he was not the callous brute had described.
What did he say? Tell the jury what he said to you.
I know you did, and I really appreciate all of it, but it really makes it that much more apparent to me that you should probably be pursuing a relationship with one of those guys you were telling me about a couple of weeks ago.
Always nerve-wracking. Have fun. Higher the surface.
Especially when the questions turn to that tape of Shana Hubert's police interrogation and her disturbing attempt at humor over the bullet she fired to Ryan's face.
And I will never forget when she said that she gave him the nose job that he always wanted.
Anything. So it was that he wanted that after the candidate in there and one with gave him his nose job. He wanted.
nothing to change the brand. Any chance to be heard?
I think there are true people that are sociopaths that have no concern, no empathy for anyone else. That's what I thought I was.
Prosecution. Well, hardly out of her mind.
I don't think that what I did was definitely healthy. I'm not saying that my statements weren't coherent. I'm saying my mindset wasn't completely coherent.
But there were some things throughout the course of your statement that were consistent.
Okay.
And seeing him twitch and it being painful for you was one of those things that was consistent and said by you over and over again.
I said that.
Him die.
Shot him.
In your words, to the point where you knew he was dead.
I said those things.
Is that similar? What people do? An injured animal?
It's just staying. Please,
I don't think so. She treated him no better than Roseville. Shot him and put him out of his misery.
Oh my god. Pedro's so funny.
Southern New Hampshire University. One of the things I love about Southern New Hampshire University is how flexible the schedule was.
Scott, wish me luck. I gotta lock in right now.
My husband with
Why
my
do you have to lock
computer.
in?
We
I'm playing a game and I have one more life left.
Lock in.
separate myself from the pack.
I must log in.
It's the finish.
When?
And you get Southern New Hampshire University.
Alright, here we go.
You know, 80% of dogs show signs of dental disease by age 3. As a veterinarian, that's why I recommend Wolf's Bite Brush. It's a toothbrush for dogs that lets them clean their own teeth while they play. Just load in a dental chew, and as your dog works to get it, these bristles scrub away plaque and tartar from all sides of their teeth. That means cleaner teeth, fresher breath, and healthier smile without the daily brushing battle. Simple, it's effective, and it helps prevent dental disease before it's
And check out this. I just won $900 on Cider Casino. So, yesterday I'm just sitting right here, killing some time, watching TV, and casually playing on Cider Casino. Next thing I know, boom, I hit the jackpot. Honestly, I didn't even believe it at first. So I hopped on social media to check, and it turns out a ton of people are winning big
I
on
will
there.
100% say I am going to keep going till 11:30, but I'm definitely starting to feel the tiredness now. Oh, hi Gabe. My bad. Of course, every time I look away from the chat, someone's there. God damn it! I gotta start putting it. I gotta put it up on my phone or something. Or just like, it's literally. I get to a point with the editing streams where I just start working. I'm sorry, Gabe.
There's a daily free bonus you can play. Guess what? I actually won that money using
This
the
isn't the Outlast Trials video you're in. That's coming. That's going to be worked on at a later date, but it is going to be worked on. Trust. You will have your appearance on Scooters Inc. Come hell or high water.
Oh my goodness!
Damn it, man. Well, Gabe, if you do show back up, hello. Hope you're having a good night.
No ads, no pop-ups, no withdrawal limits. You can
Gabe's going to be in his first Scooters Inc. video.
Really? Good.
It's an Outlast Trials video.
Play now.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Is he excited?
Well, if he doesn't, he chatted a while ago and I wasn't paying attention. So I don't know if he can hear me still, but.
Boo, Scott.
Huh?
I said boo, Scott.
Yes, Boo Scott.
Damn it.
Certainly wanted to go into the jury room thinking that Shayna Hubers acted that night under extreme emotional disturbance, which there was an reasonable cause. Degrading her own self-worth. I can't love you.
Why am I giving myself work?
You can't orgasm because you were touched as a child, and no one will ever love you. Verbal assault. It's against that backdrop. Outside of this table. Gun. Shayna's condition combined with Mr. Potion's action combined to create that extreme emotional disturbance, and thus she was not guilty of murder. Chris.
Help no fury like a woman scorn. Burning it out.
No.
Good.
Oh, I forgot. Gabe can hear what you're listening to.
Well, oh God, what did he say?
He said, "Well, who?" He said, "What the
He
hell
said
are you
what?
listening to?"
Oops, I'm listening to
Well, he doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't know that you were listening to it because I don't think we were talking. So whatever you're listening to, I think he thinks I'm listening to.
Oh,
Which
that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Steph,
your mic is definitely interesting.
enough to show you she danced, that she came from evil or malicious purposes. How about this? I did it. I did it. I don't know what could sound more malicious than that. The celebration of taking another person's life. My job was to make sure that the jury knew that once we cleared out all the lots, and once we focused on Shayna's words, the crime scene, and the history of this relationship, that they would see that there was no other choice but murder.
Trial had lasted 10 days, but the jury took only 5 hours to return a verdict.
Probably would have felt better if they were out longer.
We were beyond nervous, sick to our stomachs. Anything other than a murder conviction would have been a devastating defeat.
Right. Jury's verdict. Could you give that to the bailiff, please? Thank you. A verdict form. We, the jury, find the defendant, Shayna Hubert, guilty of murder under instruction number 5. Signed by these witnesses.
But the real drama was yet to come.
When the murder conviction came back, that was great and all. That was just the first hurdle. Now it's time for sentencing.
In Kentucky, when an individual is found guilty of murder, they can be sentenced to 20 to 50 years or life imprisonment. That was the range that the jury was given.
And prosecutors felt anything less than the 40 years she had received in the first trial would be a defeat.
We all agreed life was the goal this time. Not a murder conviction, not 40 years. It was life this time.
And prosecutors called Ryan Poston's family, his sister and parents, to make sure the jurors understood the grief and emotion that his family still felt, even years after he was murdered.
Are you related to Ryan? Ryan's my brother. Explain to the jury what you have with you.
I'm 30 years old. I don't need to bring Teddy Bear up with me. Teddy Bear was made by Jay's sister. This is Ryan's son. That's me.
Daunting to know that I've got another 30 or 40 years on this earth, God willing. I'll have another 35 or 40 Christmases without my son. And my grandchildren stolen from me. I will never hold my grandchildren. She has decimated my life and many other lives. Ryan had a heart of gold. His goodness literally got him killed. His kindness got him killed.
Understandable emotions from both sides for Poston family and for her and her mother. In particular, I still remember her mother just in agony on the stand, pleading for her daughter, as any parent would.
Huber's
As I said, it's not one big child. My child's life has also been taken. Her family also grieves. I'm listening. I'm taken away from, or trying to say that I don't understand the grief of this family because I do. Beautiful young people, both talented.
Thank you.
Again, it only took the jury a few hours to reach a decision.
And do you have the verdict form? Would you please give it to the panel? The jury fixed the defendant, Shauna Huber's punishment for the offense of murder at life imprisonment. Signed by the third person.
That was what this was all about. That simple word. Like, when the jury came back and they read the recommended sentence of life, simple word, was a moment that I don't think many people in this courtroom will forget. Yours, there was gratitude.
So was there?
How do you get justice for a life that was taken far too early?
There is no satisfaction. You think there's some kind of relief for it. There's no relief. This is going to sound harsh. But I hope worse than it was yesterday, and I hope tomorrow is worse than it is today. She took a friend of mine for no reason at all. There'd be no penalty severe enough for there to be justice.
Slot machines. If you are a huge fan of slots game, then you can't miss this. I played slots for 7 years. I was able to find 3 legit slot games with great reward. The first one is called Coastal Vacation Slots. First, it offered you various machines as you enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh, I just locked in and I got the last thing literally at the last second.
10
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
here. Pick on any other slot.
I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, and I did it.
Wow. Whoa. He just said 752.
Luck now and win yourself some real money. Gentlemen, we are here today. The defendant, Brooke Bridges, murdered a baby that she didn't want, never intended to keep.
Great student. She started doing here outside of the school. Skylar has just learned she's pregnant, and she tells nobody. Nobody knows about it. Sometime when her mother, father, and brother were asleep, Skylar delivers a baby girl that she names her daughter Annabelle. Then she buries her remains in the backyard.
Did give birth to a newborn infant. She caused the death of that infant. She subsequently burned the infant. They were on a one-way track to get her to confess so they could take her to jail. Were ready to convict. There was false information everywhere. It was ugly.
Determined to keep her secret.
This is what it's going to come. I'm the first place to put by. No, sir.
The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say, we the jury and find the defendant.
USA, it's a pretty tight.
Carlisle is in the southwest corner of Ohio. It's a town of subdivision. A lot of people that grow up in Carlisle don't.
A little bit of rural on the outskirts, and not really large.
This is where the Richardson family lives in Carlisle. Jim, son Jackson, Scott, daughter Scott.
Bright student, now junior honor society. She started doing competitive cheer outside of the school. It's what she really enjoyed. She's just
Peacemaker. By all appearances, she was happy-go-lucky.
But appearances, as always, can be deceiving.
I noticed she was constantly looking at herself in the mirror. She was counting every calorie that she ate.
Five more minutes left, y'all. And then I can do my laundry. And I can go to bed.
Disorder.
And honestly, this has been a really good work night. I've gotten through a good. I would say like we're got. What are we? We're at like the 30 minutes 30 seconds. We got through about like.
Stayed frozen.
I'm gonna say we got through like 20-ish minutes of Outlast footage tonight.
But she is a popular student and sexually active.
Which
Heck yeah, man.
Trey, and then
Because
a new
now
friend.
tomorrow the goal is gonna be we're gonna finish the Outlast Trials video, schedule that. Then, because the video will already be
Her to put to the doctor.
saved and
I went with
everything,
her. She went back by herself. When she came out, I could
or
tell
you
that
know
she
what?
had.
I'll do that too once it's
I
exported.
would've
I'm gonna
said
start
that
the
she
upload
was
onto YouTube process, and I can schedule it, and then I can just add the thumbnail and stuff during the work stream, and that'll be a smarter way to use my time. But I feel pretty good right now, honestly. Like, I mean, have I definitely worked myself today? Absolutely. But like, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna sleep like a rock. And honestly, that's like the best thing in the world in my eyes. You know what I mean?
I absolutely had no
And
idea.
we got a decent little work stream in. I think it'll get longer as like I would have loved to start this at like 9. But what I really got to decide is how long I'm going to be playing games for this weekend. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't like that. At minimum, it has to be 4 hours. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sky was very excited about prom to be going with Brandon. First time she had had.
So like I don't know if I'm gonna want to do 4 or 5, but that's really a long time, and I don't know if I want to be doing that.
When she wanted red, she hadn't had a red.
I think what I'm gonna do is I might start out like I think I'm gonna aim for 5, but if at around 4 I feel like I'm at my limit, then that's it.
And might not fit
You
in the
know?
dress.
Yeah.
That I think that's gonna be the best way for me to move about it. Just because like I really like if I'm not feeling 5 hours, I'm not gonna push myself because like those streams have to be
exactly happy with
quality.
herself. She never is.
So you know, but it'll be nice. The last thing I gotta try and to incorporate into this crazy schedule is going to the gym. But that's like
She's even mentioned it to
that's a
Brandon
next
that
week problem. I'm already juggling a lot this week, but I think I got I got a grasp of what I'm gonna need to be able to do for the next 4 weeks. But we're already in week 1, so we got 3 more weeks to go. I know.
Skylar keeps her secret from
Yeah.
everyone.
So
Then the next night, back home.
because you know what really is the magic goal?
Hmm?
I would love to not edit during the weekend. Like I think Sunday for sure I'm not editing. Period. No more editing on Sundays. I don't want to see Adobe Premiere Pro on Sunday. Because I'm not gonna lie, this Sunday, taking a break from editing actually made me feel so
Your
refreshed.
building
You
is
know what
not
I mean?
attached.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have no doubt.
yeah, for sure, no Adobe on Sundays. That's gonna be my gaming day, my cooking day, whatever. I'm gonna start trying to like make actual like meals and stuff. And I already told you I want to start going to the grocery.
Out, she names her daughter Annabelle. Then she buried her remains.
But I definitely, you know.
She had her own private funeral for Annabelle in the backyard.
Much later that day, Skylar sends a text and a photo to her father from the gym. My belly is back. And to her boyfriend Brandon, saying she's so happy. I'll explain why.
She tells no one. Not her mom, not her brother, who's her best friend, not any of her girlfriends, certainly not her father. Nobody knows about this.
But this would be a secret that would not keep.
All right.
2 months after burying baby Annabelle in her backyard, Skylar returned to the doctor's office for more
Not a bad little work stream. Definitely good for getting some smaller things out of the way. I think I would have actually finished the Outlast stream if I didn't have to write my weekly to-do list, and also if I didn't have to write the weekly to-do list, and if I didn't do the Expedition 33 thing. But that Expedition 33 thing will set me in such a good direction for tomorrow. All right, everyone in stream, thank you for joining. I'm sorry, I will find a way to get better at responding to chats during this. It is legitimately,
Detectives John
I
Fay.
am whenever I get into the working grind, I am very bad at,
Or probably something happened
you
other
know,
than
Looking.
yeah, I'm really bad at looking at chat when I'm doing the work streams. I'm okay with it during like gaming streams, but whenever I'm doing work streams, I actually tunnel vision my way into my work, which is good because I'm working, but also I do want to be able to chat a little bit. But yeah, apologies about that. Thank you all so much for joining. We only got an hour and a half in of editing time today. I would love to try and get 3 hours in, but we almost got 2. We're at an hour and 40 minutes right now. Anyways, I gotta go get my laundry ready and then go to bed. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for more editing. You'll have me. You'll probably have me right at 9 tomorrow. You'll have me on Wednesday. Thursday, probably not. But it's 50-50. Friday, you'll definitely have me. And then Saturday, you may have me, but I might edit off stream if I game for longer. And then Sunday you won't, and that's gonna be the schedule. I might make a video talking about it, just a quick like update video, and be like, hey, so I know things have changed a lot on the channel, kind of a drop of a hat. You know? But we'll see. Anyways, that's it for me for tonight, y'all. Oh. It's a good thing I checked that. I forgot to hit post on my TikTok. Anywho, Jade is a gentleman. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all.